Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Mile High Game Guys board gaming podcast. I'm your host, Adrian.
And I am Jebediah Cornwallis Jackson III, Esquire.
And I'm Jeff, also known as Ronald Craven.
Thank you, sir.
I'm Jim. I'm Seb.
And we are continuing the second part of our Jurassic Dread one-shot here. So last we left off, for anybody who was paying attention, Jim, Ronald, Seb, and Jeb, all for various reasons that have not been revealed, amazingly enough, all decided to stay behind on the island of Isla Nublar. Try to combine the two islands there. As the hurricane bore down on the island, the power went out, dinosaurs got loose. Luckily, Ronald has a radio and has been in contact with Robert Muldoon, the head warden, who has enlisted their aid in trying to track down some of the VIPs that were on the island, namely Tim and Lex, the grandchildren of the Dr. John Hammond, the founder of the park. They ventured out into the park, narrowly escaped disastrous T-Rex attack, kept going before sliding off the road in a muddy, big, crashy pileup where amazingly no one was hurt. And as they were sitting there debating what to do next, they saw a couple of dinosaurs, some Proceratosauruses, come out onto the road and begin heading their direction. You abandoned the crashed Jeeps and headed south into the woods. So, what are you doing?
Well, we're headed to the river because of Seb's pro tips of this being a large olfactory dinosaur.
So you're crossing the road.
Sniffer. And he's getting down into it.
We want to head towards the river.
Okay.
Yes.
So that involves crossing the road.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just making sure.
I thought we were on the other road.
I'm not really certain. I think this map is misleading.
You were on so you'd come along the main road. You were heading west on the main loop near the Gallimimus pens. Right. Then you took a left turn onto a side road that's not on the map that links that main loop and then the main road that runs down to the dock. And then there's that secondary loop that loops like the golf course and a bunch of herbivores. And so you ran off the road. You'd already made this short little jaunt on that muddy road, and it was right before you rejoined with the main road that you slid off. So you're facing vaguely southeast, and you are on the right side of the road in the ditch with the Procentosaurus paddock almost directly behind you. Fine, I will indicate on your personal map.
We are on the main road, right? Not the inner loop.
Yes. Yeah, well, you're almost to the main road. So, I mean, it's not a very big road, but you know there are two dinosaurs walking directly down it that might see you as you cross.
And I suggest we don't do that.
But you've also been informed by Seb that they smell, like, they have a really good sense of smell. I was about to say they smell good, and I was like, that's not exactly the right phrasing.
That is also what we
They
did
smell
genetically.
well.
We made them smell like strawberries.
Very pleasant smell from these dinosaurs.
Catch a real whiff of them.
How big are they?
Big.
These particular dinosaurs, the Proceratosauruses, they're decently big. They're about 10 foot long, tip of the tail to tip of the nose, and they stand about 2 feet tall from like foot to shoulder, like ground to shoulder. So they're not huge. They're long, and they're
So I think that my
They're mean.
my dino prod would be enough to take one down if it had to.
We can hope so.
uh
I've got mine as well.
I have this fancy tranquilizer gun. If we're really worried about this, why don't I just shoot one of them?
Seb and Jeb,
I
you
think
guys
that's not a bad
both
idea.
for different reasons. Jeb, because of your extensive studying of specific dinosaurs in your youth, and Seb, because of your work toying with their genes. You know that although these aren't a very like tall dinosaur, they are still about 300 to 400 pounds of dinosaur. They're a decently large creature.
Husky.
about the size of one.
That would be a huge husky.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big husky. We got the little hand dart. I don't know how well the hand dart's going to work, but mine's going to work really well.
Can you hit them both before they start chasing after us?
I don't know. I mean, maybe if I shoot one, the other one might run off. Maybe they're skittish. I don't know. Dinosaur warrior?
I think we should keep moving and see if they start following us.
This is what you would know about them, you two, size-wise, relative to a person.
Smells like strawberries. I mean, why does this say Dillong on the side?
Don't
Because they got a long dill.
questions.
Dawn Tyrant, Two-Crested Predator, whole bunch of stuff. Forbidden knowledge.
We only know what we know about these.
Yeah.
They're before the Ceratosaurus. Pro-Ceratosaurus.
Uh-huh.
Well, what are we going to do?
Well, you guys have
I think we should keep moving and see if they follow us. And if they don't seem to notice us, then we should cross the road.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Like
I
a couple
like
of
this
chickens.
okay. As you guys, so are you staying alongside the road, or are you
Yes.
heading into the woods? You're staying alongside the road.
Well, in the woods near the road.
Okay. So you keep going that direction, and they keep walking down the road. They're sniffing around. You know, you see their heads raised occasionally, sniffing around. They're roughly keeping pace. Like you're trying to creep through the woods, and they're just idly strolling down the road, so that your paces are roughly equal. You go, I don't know, about 100 to 200 yards down the road, football field or two, and you see the embankment rising up where the main road is. And Ronald, you especially knew that this was roughly where you know these roads like back of your hand. You've been all over them doing game warden-y things.
Absolutely.
Jim, you also recognize this section of the road because this is a main part of the road that you drive from the Safari Lodge where you stay on the island down to the East Dock where you do most all of your dock worker work.
This is true.
So you're both very familiar with this road. Seb a little less so. Jeb, not at all. You're new to the island. As far as you know, you're anywhere.
This is why I am relying on them.
So now we are at a point where we must cross one road or the other.
Or you just continue to fuck off in this small, like 2.5 football field space between all these roads.
Which is...
I say
full
we
of
make a new
dinosaur.
home here. Make our new dinosaur kingdom.
Dare we call it a Quinn zone?
I only learned from the best.
I suggest
Is
we
he
cross the
still
road.
alive?
No.
So what are you guys doing? You're at this road. You're at the crossroad. The dinosaurs are still strolling right along. They're now gaining on you as you sit and decide what to do.
Seb, what do you think?
If they get close enough,
You hear dinosaurs making more
maybe
noise.
it might be
They get
worth it
closer.
to tranquilize them.
So shoot him. I'm
That's a good plan.
gonna shoot one of them.
You're gonna shoot one of them.
Well, I'm gonna try to shoot two of them, but I'm gonna start with one.
Well, so you
Unless the tranquilizer dart goes through one and into the other.
So you're well experienced with this gun. You know that that's
It's not
beyond unlikely.
Uh-huh.
If you want to attempt that, if you want to count on one dart going through a dinosaur into the other, I will let you pull 4 blocks.
No.
Okay. So your rifle is also a single shot, right?
Mhm.
Like you have to pull it back, put a new dart carefully in. Like these
Yeah.
darts are fragile.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna line up and take a shot.
Yeah. Seb, you're backup.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the confidence.
Okay.
You've got this.
All right. Seb. No, we'll start with you, Ronald. Ronald, you make a draw and let me know if there's anything on it.
I get out my shocky stick just in case they run at us.
I will have mine as well. I do not want to hurt these creatures, but I also do not want to get hurt.
I am in
Deep insight from Jeb. I
As
don't want to
always.
hurt, and I don't want to be hurt.
Life's eternal struggle.
Getting closer.
Is he just adjusting all the blocks?
It's fine. Sure, it's fine.
Is there a mark on it?
There's a blue mark on it.
Blue mark.
That might mean something, but probably
Or not.
means nothing.
We don't know, but I was successful at pulling out that bullshit piece.
You line up your shot, and the dart sinks right into its neck. And this, despite being a heavier dinosaur, it's not a big dinosaur. And you've got like the big trank gun. It goes down, like it gets like 2 steps, and then just
Bing, bing.
face plants in the mud. Its partner lets out an angry scream, but also doesn't seem to really know what's going on.
Looks around confused, gives a little shrug.
It starts snuffling, kind of nudges its partner. What are you guys doing?
Is it gonna eat the other one?
It definitely, your initial reaction and your experience as a game warden caring for these animals, you know that's not it. This is probably a pair that, like, not a mating pair because they're all females.
Okay.
But they're regularly, like, it's not going to eat the other one. They were working together. It's concerned initially.
Until it dies, then it will eat it.
That is your lawyer expertise, dinosaur lawyer expertise.
As I understand, they are caring but ruthless creatures.
It has now finished. Like, it kind of leaned down and like nuzzled the other one. It didn't move, and now it's up, and it's something. It's
It knows
predator
something
sense
is amiss.
Yeah, and it's heavily sniffing around, looking for whatever took out its friend. It knows its friend didn't just drop dead. It knows that because it's a dinosaur, and
Well,
dinosaurs know those things.
I will carefully reload.
Shouldn't we just move away?
We should probably just start moving away.
Okay.
See if it notices us.
That's what I learned in sniper
don't you
school.
go first?
I mean, game warden school.
Which direction are you moving away?
Towards the south.
So you're crossing onto the main road.
Yes, which should be out of sight of this thing.
No, because
It's up an embankment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not a very steep one, but you're going up, and it's definitely the main road especially has been cleared away.
yeah.
You've got probably 10 yards up this embankment where the brush has been cleared away, and it's pretty open here.
Yeah. We could follow deeper into the woods and cross, a little further down, out of line of sight. I've learned a thing or two.
Well, you're leading the way, sir.
Do we want to roll initiative or?
I'll tell you what, Ronald, you can pull for initiative if you want to establish initiative. You start the polling,
Uh-huh.
and once you've polled, you decide where in initiative you are. So are you crossing the road, or are you going back up the road through the woods a bit to where that you might put the woods between you and the dinosaur?
Let's put the woods between us and the dinosaur. It seems distracted.
All right. I'll
Okay.
follow your
Yeah.
lead.
We all will.
Yeah.
What order of people are you moving in? So Ronald is leading the way.
Yeah. Let's
Who's right behind Ronald?
I'll be behind him with my stick.
And who's behind Jeb?
let's put Seb
All right.
with the tranquilizer and then Jim in the back with another big shock stick.
Yep.
Jim, if you can point out a green mark anywhere on that tower, then you don't have to make a pull.
I can only see blue from this angle. There may be some on the other side, though. Am I allowed to get up and look?
Yeah, I mean, this is officially your turn. So
There is
if
not-
the tower falls
There are
at
none
any
over
point,
right here.
It's true. There are none on that face.
I believe there are some being hidden by this.
Yeah. I believe there's 2 up there.
Yeah, we've drawn
This
green
one
recently.
specifically
Yeah.
in this placement is high.
well, then, Jim, I think you're going to just have to pull a block.
I feel like you picked green, knowing that there was none.
I feel that I picked green knowing that I made one of them 18 and one of them 9 out of 54. And I could also just blatantly see 2 blues on one side.
I thought there was 18 of each.
No.
there wasn't.
The greens are more rare.
Oh,
You guys start to move through the woods. And Jim, right as you're about to step on a branch, you start to put your pressure down, and you feel the branch kind of give, and you look down and you realize, like, holy shit, if you'd taken just a little bit more of a step, that branch would have snapped. You carefully pick your foot up, you step over the branch, and you move forward silently into the woods. You guys move a little ways through the woods. No sign of the dinosaur. How far back up the road are you leading them, Ronald?
Not far, just enough to be out of line of sight of
Okay.
the other dinosaur to cross.
Okay. So then you guys begin the trek up onto the road, I assume? Yes?
We do.
Okay. You get up on the road, and by now the sun is rising. Like, it's early morning. You guys are exhausted, especially after this little, like, you didn't go very far, but you were so nervous about this dinosaur behind you that you're tense and you're covered in mud and rain and water, and it's just...
I think here would be a great place to just lay down and take a nap.
So Jim beds down for the evening at the base of the road. What do the rest of you do?
Maybe not the best place to take a nap. Maybe we
Is it
found...
still raining?
No.
Take off my hat and wring it out.
You wring out like a hefty amount of water.
Mhm.
And then I shake it and put it back on my head.
Okay.
Maybe not the best place to stop for the night. Maybe we can find somewhere else.
I mean, for the day, like it's early morning.
Yeah.
Stopping for the night is out of the question.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm
unless you want to sleep through the
tired.
whole day and then the next night.
Don't
And just
tempt us.
hope a dinosaur doesn't show up in the next several hours.
And we should just continue to head south.
Got to get to that jungle boat cruise.
There might be some place to rest there.
Indeed.
As you're standing on the road debating about all of this,
We should really move and debate.
your radio crackles to life. Ronald, it's Muldoon. Have you made it to the river yet?
No, we had a bit of a car accident. We're now on foot. And there's some dinosaurs coming for us.
Making weird dino sounds?
Yeah.
I'm
I'm just going to get going across that road while he talks.
Let's move and talk. Walkie.
Let's
why
Aaron
we-
Sorkin it.
That's why we call it a walkie-talkie.
We walkie and we talkie.
Yep.
So you guys scramble across the road as you're on the radio with Muldoon, getting a status update. So go ahead and let me know what you're telling him. But as you're telling him these things, you're crossing the road and down. I'm assuming you're just skirting down the embankment on the other side.
Yes.
Knowing, as you do, Ronald, that's the herbivore paddock.
Yeah.
And so you scoot down. The fence there is fully intact. And as you scoot down there, you can hear the hum of high-powered electricity.
It's close. I don't know.
Well, we've run into
That's a good one. That's a good one.
we've run into a fence. We're gonna follow that around to the river to get to the Jungle River Cruise and or an access jeep point in here, which they exist.
You're just now getting to the main road. Good God, hurry up. They might have already made it all the way down the river. They might be at the aviary by now.
Well, we don't have a car anymore as we fell off the road, and then Jim Bob here smashed his car into us. So moving a little slow on foot here. Could use a pickup if you've got any extra vehicles. Over.
Sorry, I had to deal with getting Malcolm into the visitor center here. He's hurt bad and things aren't going well.
I feel like they didn't answer the question.
I think we should keep moving.
I guess we're on our own then.
You're on your own for now. I'll see if I can get down there here in a moment.
So looking at this map, if they're heading for the aviary, might be best that we just head there.
It's about that time that the hum in the fence stops.
I think we should just head for that aviary. And not bother going all the way down to the
It's across
Jungle
the
Cruise.
river. Just
Yeah, we still need to get to the Jungle River
We
Cruise.
still need a boat.
Yep, we still need a boat. Apparently, the fence is just turned off again.
I'm sure that's fine.
That's
just herbivores.
It's just herbivores. We could climb the fence. I mean, it's only enough electricity to almost kill a small child. We're clearly all adults.
We should be fine.
We should be fine. But I don't know the physicality of the rest of our group here. Maybe walking down the fence to one of our crossing points might be best. But,
I agree.
I agree.
okay.
I have had many fried chickens.
All right, so we continue on the road.
The
until we
walking
find a
adventure to the
crossing.
south, east.
continues. You hear vague sound still of that last dinosaur for a little bit, but it fades behind you. You feel like maybe it, feels like it pens its territory and it's not venturing too far outside of there. You get a little further down along, and you see along the fence that you're walking along that's where the road for that secondary loop kind of comes through. So you're in between the two. And you can see that there's the one fence that you're walking along.
Mm-hmm.
Past that fence is that secondary road, and then you can see the other fence on the other side of it. So if you crossed over, you'd be in that secondary loop with some fence between on both sides of you. But the embankment's to your left. Dead fence, still making no sounds. You look up and there's lights, and the lights are all dead. It seems the power is out again from everything you can see. You get no signs that there's any power in the park.
Well, this is good. Do I know there's a crossing gate anywhere in this general vicinity?
There is not. Both you and Jim would be well aware of this, having traveled this main road. It's pretty well lined with fences, specifically to keep the main road, in theory, as free of dinosaurs as possible. Between the visitor center and the main dock. The east dock is the main big dock. The dock more on that north side, that's kind of an auxiliary dock where, if a ship shows up and there's not a space for it or something, they might send it up there. But almost everything comes through that east dock. So they try to keep that main road as clear as possible.
Well,
you do know there's a stretch that you're coming up upon, where if you cross the main road, there is no fence between the main road and the river.
Well, we keep going on until there's that space where there's the main road has no fence between it and the river.
That's what I was thinking.
So do you go up onto the road so you can see it? Or do you just rely on your memory of when that is?
Oh, we're definitely going up on the main road to see where that is.
All right, you head up onto the main road, and this, in the morning light, gives you a pretty commanding view all around the immediate area. You're in the kind of dead center lowlands of the island there, and you see that you're just a little ways from the river. You can see across the river, in fact, almost directly across the river, the huge domed aviary that is home to a whole bunch of flippy flappy dinosaurs.
Thank you for using the technical term.
It is what they prefer.
They're not necessarily dinosaurs.
Seb has the right of it. They're, in fact, not dinosaurs.
That is true.
News to me.
Because of that, I have no knowledge about them.
No interest whatsoever.
None at all.
Hence, they're referred to as flippy flappies.
Exactly.
The flippy flappies.
So, what are you guys doing?
Well, we got to get to that jungle boat cruise, because if we don't get there, can't get down the river, and we can't follow where the kids went, even though we are many hours behind them at this point.
I don't know about hours. You feel like there's a decent chance they might have gotten ahead of you, but you're not certain.
Okay.
So you just trucking on down the road then?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. And what's the order you're walking in?
I'm at the front.
Ronald's leading.
I'm still behind.
Same order?
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Party order.
Seb, you make a pull.
All right.
Interesting.
He's fucking annihilated all of them previous to this, so.
The tower is much more wobbly at this point, though.
It's very wobbly.
Yeah, I feel like I just barely got my last one out.
You can go one higher than that row you were just, like, two full rows above.
Mm-hmm.
So you got some room.
Nice.
Does have a green mark.
Okay.
Had you seen that one? Here, I'll put it facing you.
It was right in the middle of the tower.
Success.
Yeah. So, Seb, you have a brief internal struggle.
Yeah.
As you
Tell
remember
me.
that you never even once thought of going back to your room to get your
I
poor cat.
figured
or
Philippe
your
would handle himself, man.
and
This is a hectic night.
man, you struggled. You were thinking about taking off, sprinting back up the road to go save the cat. And you were not meant to be out in a jungle, sweating and wet and muddy.
What's your cat's name?
It is so humid out here.
Philippe.
That is a person's name. My cat is named Mittens.
It may shock you to know that sometimes pets get people names too.
I am shocked, sir.
How improprietous.
And as you're talking about Seb's cat and walking down the road,
At least we're talking and walking this time.
Yes.
Ronald, your radio crackles to life yet again.
Oh my gosh, throw that thing away.
Long bout of static. Ronald, we were running on auxiliary power the last several hours. Everything is shut down now, including the raptor pens. They're fucking loose.
Good thing we're far from there.
All the power's out.
Not as far as we'd like to be, though.
I would like to be much farther away.
Arnold and I are heading to the power generator to restart power. He thinks we can restart it from there.
We already tried that.
Hopefully you have better luck than we had at getting that to work.
Arnold seems certain that the auxiliary power running low tripped breakers, and resetting them and firing the generators back up will bring power back online.
All right, we'll keep looking for those kids then. They're out here somewhere.
You should also know that there's a helicopter inbound. It should be here in a couple hours. You have till then to find them.
He's worried about the raptors.
I mean, I'm worried about the raptors.
Those things are like turkey-sized.
Should we just head for the helipad and say fuck it to everybody else? Well, why are we risking our necks for these children's?
It's the right thing to do.
Unfortunately, I believe it is.
They've got an adult with them, so they're probably still okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have to let them know where the helicopter is going to come, because we need to be on that helicopter too.
I would say that's the main priority, yes.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for letting us know that the velociraptors are loose. We'll let you know if anything comes up.
Where's that helicopter gonna land? At the helipad or at the visitor center?
They are quite a far ways apart from each other.
Is it... Where's that helicopter going to land again?
That motherfucker.
Well,
It's like he's only exposition or something.
so we should just keep on towards the jungle cruise then.
Jungle Cruise.
All right. You guys keep heading right on down the road. And by the way, Seb, you do know that, of course, all of these so-called dinosaur experts are very mistaken when they call these velociraptors. They're not. They're a much larger, ferocious, smart predator.
Oh,
That's name I can't remember.
A Utah raptor?
Certainly.
Yes.
Sure. Those are big.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Velociraptors, though, definitely like turkey to chicken size.
Jeb, your confusion at why Ronald was so nervous about velociraptors being loose is suddenly cleared up as you realize they're in fact Utah raptors.
Lord have mercy on us all.
I knew I hated Utah.
Editor Zach here. They're all wrong. It's Deinonychus.
All right. Let's keep walking.
All right. You continue down this main road a little while longer, and you realize you have a decision to make. You either have to cross two fences and cut straight across that bottom corner of the herbivore paddock, or you're going to have to go along the main road, cross the river, and then take another side road that is, again, not on the map, that loops all the way around to that jungle cruise.
I don't think our crew is going to be able to cross two fences, so I think we have to go the long way around.
Long way around,
So,
I mean, if the power's out, we could probably make that cut through.
I guess. Colonel,
We can try.
we certainly can. All right, I guess we're going to take the shortcut.
All right. So you're climbing a fence.
All at the same time.
Yep.
We're not waiting for it.
Yep. No one goes first. No one goes last.
We live or die together.
All four of you simultaneously. No.
I will throw a brick at you, sir.
All of you choose the order you pull. Whoever wants to just dive in and go first, go nuts. But all of you need to make a pull. This will be for crossing both fences.
It's not going to go well.
No.
I don't think someone's fallen from a great height here pretty soon.
I don't know. I believe we could all make it.
that tower's not great height.
It's not
It's
great.
like 14 inches.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
This tower's more than 14
Why can't I
inches.
push this one through?
I've tried it many times.
It's really amazing that
Don't take the corner. No.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Nice.
The bottom
Fuck you, Zach. I love it.
Side piece. Oh, did you just see the whole tower go? Oh.
I think the tower just let out a fart.
Yeah. Ooh,
Fuck y'all, I got mine.
Yep. You climbed up the fence.
Jeb is surprisingly
I do not
dexterous
want to
at
be in
climbing
that
fence.
Very nimble.
As soon as somebody mentioned Utah Raptors, he was already like halfway up the fence.
Do I take the other one?
I knew I was about to, so.
This is why I went first.
Ooh. Oh, Ronald.
Wow.
Ronald.
I mean, don't put it back.
Whoa.
What was wrong with this one?
I know, right? Comparatively. I don't know, I kind of like that there's one just half sticking out.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Oh, juicy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ronald's going to make it.
We'll see about that.
Oh, boy. Good luck, everyone else.
Fuck.
There's some major shifting going on in that foundation.
Car 1 has made it through.
Oh, what a dick.
Well, you're
You
shifting.
definitely loosened it up.
Oh,
So
and
glad
Jim.
So glad I encouraged the fence, everyone.
Seb. Sebastian Hume, the last of his name.
God, it's so top heavy.
It's like a goddamn hammer.
We can't just, we've built an entire Jenga tower on a half-built Jenga tower.
Oh, it's amazing.
I feel like the voltage is going to come right back through.
Remember, it's only enough to almost kill a small child. You should be okay. You just have to survive the fall.
He looks as if he's got the constitution of a small child.
Can I do this one?
Anything that's lower than two full.
The top two.
This fence is terrifying.
Tappa. Tappa. Oh, boy. As you have to pull it out from the other side.
I'm left-handed.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I'm like sitting in the shittiest spot for this.
I know. I keep having to use my left, and I hate it.
Oh, boy.
Nice.
Feels good, man.
Yeah, well, you know, the turd is almost out.
Still gotta pinch it off.
So there's a green on it,
I don't
but
think it
I don't know if
cares.
that matters.
I'll let you know when they matter.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
we are killing it.
How has no one died?
Obviously, this fence isn't powered.
Yeah. All right. You guys make it up and over both fences.
Without
Easy.
a scratch.
Easy. There's a tense moment or two where like one of you, like your palms are getting sweaty at the top and your hand starts to slip, but you're kind of like, God damn it.
These fences are like, what, 40 feet tall?
They're tall.
Somebody falls, but they've got enough time to grab them for themselves, and they're okay.
Maybe we should have used the knockoff brand.
Clearly.
Yeah, this Jenga's tower is much more stable than that.
I remember when you
tower.
guys set it up initially, I was like, oh, this is still pretty rickety too. No, it's nowhere near as bad as that fucking blockade tower. All right, so you guys have cleared the fence. Amazingly and improbably enough. And you are now in the herbivore paddock number 2.
Did it turn on at all?
It did not.
Okay.
You never even heard of pummel electricity.
No warning lights that they were about to turn on.
Nope, nothing. There was no signs of power. The first fence, when you first started to climb it, I believe it was you, Jeb, who hit the fence first.
Oh, yes, indeed.
It was
sir.
like warm to the touch, but by the time you'd climbed back down, it had rapidly reduced to ambient temperature. So you guys are in the paddock there, and you said you were cutting straight across towards the boat.
That is correct,
That
sir.
was the plan.
Okay. Well, you cross the herbivore paddock number 2 without incident because, amazingly enough, it's not stocked yet. The park's not open. Not everything's there. So there's no animals in this particular paddock. You get to the other side, and you have to cross the fence
There's a half-built golf course.
one more time. Well, the golf course is to
So
the
only
north.
9
Yes.
holes?
So if you wanted to go to the golf course, you'd go north and then cross that fence
Yeah.
into the golf course. Instead, you're going straight to the docks there, and you make good time. It's a wide open prairie. It's meant just for herbivores grazing very calmly along the secondary loop, the family-friendly loop.
And have people hit golf balls towards them.
Not yet.
Hitting golf balls at the dinosaurs.
No, nobody's done it yet.
Have you guys genetically engineered these herbivores to be golf ballivores?
Well, I think what we did was we made golf balls edible.
That was a different department.
Biodegradable, I see. How green.
So you guys make it to the other side of the paddock, and you need to cross another fence.
I hate fences.
I hate fences so goddamn much.
There has to be a way to walk through this fence to get to the Jungle Cruise.
I don't know, guys. I think we just have to climb it.
And Seb starts up the fence.
I'm gonna maybe take a minute and look.
Well, so you sit back, and this time you're not all climbing together. You're watching Seb climb.
Oh God!
No,
Wait,
no. There's one missing. In the center of that one. Okay.
Maybe if I pull this one fast enough.
Felt like a good choice.
I mean, I've seen people yank a center one out and have the stack fall directly down.
It wasn't a
and not-
center one, though. It was one to the side.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
Seb's really hard on that climbing fences. He's getting his CrossFit in. Did CrossFit exist in the 90s?
I don't think it did.
I don't think it
Okay.
did.
Maybe Seb invented CrossFit. Well, maybe he won't after he fails this. I hate everything about this.
I'm amazed that no one has died
If
yet.
only it made that like kind of like a
Like a sucking.
Was that the as it?
Oh, God damn it.
Why is there
Another green one for
It's
all you.
way off in the distance.
way in the
that-
dis- Why is he going towards the word? It's empty. God damn it! Why are you here?
I think they're following our scent.
Duck. That's too much heaviness on that side. I got to do the other side. I made it over, guys! I made it over! I made it over!
Seb climbs safely down the other side.
God damn it.
Is there a doorway in any way, shape, or form within a distance of this?
Is there a doorway like 5 feet from us?
I'm just gonna walk through. We're around the Jungle Cruise area, right? No.
Not really.
All right. It's fucking fine.
Do
All
it.
right.
Do it. You got this. You got the power. I know.
I think that one's a little dangerous now.
I know.
I think that's holding a lot of weight, that guy over there.
We've got some weight-bearing corpses down here.
Just got to thin from the top.
Yeah.
Thin to win. Why are those ones at the top so tight?
No, it is very annoying though.
Just one rung at a time. Jeb, just one rung at a time.
I like how our first casualty is going to be falling to your death.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
I've tried to kill you so many different ways.
It's almost
This is such a vast difference from the first game where Zach knocked it over with nothing on the tower, and I had to make up a bullshit thing about him falling down some fucking stairs.
Stabbing himself with his Wolverine knife kitchen claws.
Lucky for us, we're not carrying a bunch of dangerous elements. Yeah, get it. Oh, man.
It's got to get there.
Well done, Jeb. Slow and steady. That's how you got to do it.
Jim?
I'll give you an alternative.
Oh, a way out, you say?
As you go to climb the fence, Jim, you hear another roar.
So I'm gonna climb a bit faster right here.
And it seems like it's getting closer. You have a choice whether you want to climb the fence, assuming it's on your side, the roar, or whether you want to maybe head towards a different part of the paddock where, I don't know, maybe there's less chance of you climbing right up to T-Rex snack size. Jim begins to climb the fence.
Jim begins to test the fence.
He's climbing the
Nice,
fence.
nice.
Once
Look
you
at
start
this
along
hot
that
mess.
path, you're climbing the fence.
Hot mess.
How's it going, Ronald?
Ronald begins to sweat. Profusely.
Jim crosses the fence with alacrity.
Yeah, I hear
He doesn't know what that means,
And a
But he
dinosaur
did it.
coming. I'm gonna climb this bitch.
Ronald, you have made sure everyone made it safely over the fence. You've got your trank gun up on your shoulders. You hear dinosaurs in the distance.
Come on, Ronald. We gotta go.
I hand my tranquilizer gun through the fence to the others on the other side.
Okay.
So someone else may have it, along with my extra ammunition,
Okay.
so I don't have to climb up this fence while carrying that garbage.
Okay.
Smart move.
Smart move, man.
I take the gun.
Just got to remember my older brother. Older brother. That's what it was.
I trank Ronald.
Ronald is asleep at the bottom of the fence. Jeff, thanks for playing along.
Yeah. You are slowly eaten by dinosaurs.
Actually, it's rats. It's kind of unfortunate.
It was the one pen where there were no dinosaurs, so it's where all the rats on the island lived.
You just slowly decompose and get eaten by bacteria over the next several weeks.
Such dread.
Whoa!
Ronald's a goner. There's nothing even heroic I can do. I can't just knock it over and be like, good luck, everyone.
Climb the fence.
I will, because this is a kind of an awkward point where you don't have a good knockdown available. I will let you pull from literally anywhere on the tower, including those top 2 rows, if you can make one work.
I would say, except for that one.
The top 2 complete rows.
I mean, it's so shitty. It's so shitty.
Yeah, I don't know that there's really any better options up there.
This
And
I
it's just
can't.
Or if you can come up with a good reason why Ronald
Well,
shouldn't
he doesn't have to die
be in
right
danger.
now.
He also does not have to die right now. There's a lot of ways you can shape the story. I can't believe none of those 3 will pull.
I know.
Yeah, that's not. That is not.
No.
That one is though.
Mm-mm.
You do it. You just gotta slide it not out. Don't pull it this way. Pull it out.
I don't think that's going to work either, Bob.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thrust. Wiggle wobble. Question is, does he pull it out clean or not?
Oh, no, he doesn't.
Oh, all right. All right. He made it to the
What?
top of the fence.
Trash.
Yeah.
No, he's fine. He's fine. He made it down.
You made it.
Holy shit.
Woo!
All right. So to the jungle river.
Can I get my tranquilizer gun back there? Thanks, Jim. I'll be needing that later.
Here you go.
So-
and I hand him the stun stick.
Outside of the game, don't touch the fucking table. If this falls, you all die. I'm gonna put that out there. We're far enough into the episode. If this falls in the middle, everyone dies. So don't touch the goddamn table.
T-Rex
Holy
just falls
shit.
on all 4 of us.
You have been trampled.
All right, you guys are across the fence.
I reluctantly relinquish the firearm.
You guys get onto the jungle cruise. You
Right.
get to the jungle cruise.
Uh-huh.
Will there be margaritas?
There will almost certainly not be margaritas.
What kind of fucking jungle cruise is it?
You have heard rumors that when it's fully operational, there will in fact be a bartender serving margaritas, but there are not currently any margaritas.
I heard if
on the
that one
Jungle
gets
Cruise.
successful, the next one will have a Margaritaville in it.
Ooh.
Excellent.
I
So what do you guys do?
I think there's one of those in New Jersey. Well, let's get down this river. Hunt down those kids.
So
Find those kids.
So as you get to the river cruise, you see a small kind of a decent sized little outbuilding that's not on the river. It's like right kind of in that area. Looks like maybe it'll hold a snack bar or an actual bar in the future.
All right.
You don't know if what's in there. There is what is clearly like a paved area with already like posts for hanging up lines to direct people down to the shore where there's a small dock. And then there are a couple different boat houses. There's one to the left of the line, and there are 2 to the right of the line. If I knock it over, I won't kill you guys.
Wait.
So I assume you're going for a boathouse because you want a boat. But I don't know. Maybe you want to go to the cafeteria, lounge, bar area.
I could use a drink.
We already
Breakfast?
said there weren't any margaritas there, man.
Wildly inconsistent.
The
That
South,
is what I said.
the South is closer to Jamaica than anyone else here.
That is a correct statement. Let's head to the boathouse. See if we can't find us a boat.
Boats and hoes.
Which of
Gotta get me
the
some.
3 do you go to?
I will go to the one on the left.
I will go to the nearest.
I don't know which one that is.
I'll go to the right.
All right. Well, then in that case, Jeb, you're going to the one when you're facing the river. It's to the left of the line. Jim, you're going to the one that's immediately to the right. And Ronald, you're going to the one to the far right. Seb, who do you go with? Or do you just stand there?
I guess I'll go to the middle one.
All right. So Seb and Jim, you approach the middle dockhouse.
Yeah,
Just to the right of the line. You open it up, and it is a dockhouse for one of the electric boats that are pulled on a rail, kind of like the electric cars on the 2 main paths. You poke around a bit, but power's out. It's clearly not going literally anywhere.
And no margaritas.
Yeah, best bet for margaritas would maybe be somebody stashing liquor back in the other building.
All right, so we leave this boathouse. See what everybody else found.
Did you guys find anything?
Jeb, you're going to the far right one.
I was going to the left one.
Correct.
He was going to
I'm
the
going to
far
the far
right.
right one.
Ronald, you're going to the far right one.
Yes.
I don't know if that's good or bad for me.
Probably not.
Your clothes may smell of chicken.
I'm pretty sure they
It
always
comes
have.
full circle.
And always will.
I do like to smear myself with my favorite product.
Better than your clothes smelling like feces.
Ronald's favorite product.
Oh, zing.
That's how he masks his sin.
It's how I meditate, damn it.
The dinosaur's like, why does it smell like shit here?
Ronald, you're approaching.
He is
So it's a little
approaching.
bit further
Yeah.
for you. So you hear Seb and Jim's little bit of frustration that it's an electric boat. You're on the same side as them. Do you continue to that dockhouse or do you go join Jeb?
I mean, if they look the same, they're probably just both electric ones. So I'll probably head towards where Jeb is.
Okay. So this gives you a chance to meet back up with Jim and Seb as they're leaving. So Jeb, you beat them all to that far dockhouse.
Yes, I did.
You
Just
hear
in
as you
time
get to
to
the
get
door, right
ate
as you're
up
like
on.
reaching for the door, you hear Jim be like, "Ah, shit."
That was a very good Jim impression.
Well,
You
shit.
look-
Yep.
You look over, you see, Ronald heading back up that way. He clearly heard more of the conversation. Jim's already standing out there looking, I don't know, Jim-like. And Seb's stepping out like, kind of Seb-like. You
Very
you got your hand on the door handle.
Oh, I'm going to open that door.
You open it, and there's a nice little pontoon boat sitting right there.
Guys, I found a pontoon boat.
And in that pontoon boat,
Is a T-Rex. No.
some margaritas.
There are none
A
of those
T-Rex
things.
holding a margarita.
It's just a boat. You found like the like maintenance boat house. They're not really marked. They're all meant to kind of look the same for customers. But this is the one that has the electric boat with an actual motor.
I'm a little disappointed it's not a fan boat, but this pontoon one will suffice.
Everybody else catches up to you.
I would like to look around for some rope.
There's some nylon rope. A nice little coil up on the wall there.
This may come in handy.
Jim has rope.
In case Jim has to hang himself before he is eaten by a dinosaur.
It is an escape rope.
I don't even know.
Escape from life.
Yeah, you broke me a little there.
All right. Well, we get in the boat. I suppose I should pilot.
All right, Jim.
Yeah, he's the man of the ocean.
Sure.
He's the
Sure.
Ocean man. Take me by the hand.
All right, let's follow them kids. We got to hunt them down.
Find them.
All right. So you guys are heading now almost due east, not quite, along this little bit of river. Everything seems pretty placid, uneventful. You get to a T in the river. Jim, you're driving the boat. You know that the east dock is to your right, and the river narrows and heads inland to your left. Where are you going?
Well, last we heard, this kid's was at the Pteranodon Aviary, which is to the left.
Well, then let's take a turn to port.
There you go.
I appreciate your adopting the correct terminology.
Absolutely.
So you guys head upriver. Again, pretty uneventful. You see some signs that dinosaurs have been in and around the river. Some of the overgrowth right there along the river has been pretty smashed here and there. And you make it to the Pteranodon Aviary. It's a little rundown. All of you except for Jeb would be well aware that there's been a lot of talk around the island about how there has been a shit ton of problems with the pterodons. Turns out they're super aggressive and super territorial.
What are?
The pterodons.
What are those?
It's all right. You don't have to know everything on these
The
items.
flippy
Pteranodons.
floppies.
The pteranodon.
Oh, the flippy
Oh, yeah,
floppies.
you're not the dinosaur expert. I forgot about that part of it.
He's not the flippy floppy
I'm not the
expert.
flippy floppy expert, sir.
Yeah. Seb, you especially would know because you've been working closely with a lot of the other geneticists trying to figure out what gene might be able to be edited to make these pteranodons not such aggressive territorial shitbirds,
Yeah, they
as
do-
they're colloquially referred to.
They do shit on people.
They shit all over the fucking place.
That must be one big pile of shit.
The aviary is disgusting. Like, you smell it almost as soon as you see it.
I've smelled some bad things in my time. This takes the cake.
All right, so you pull up.
I mean, cake smells
just
pretty
outside
good in my
the aviary.
estimation.
There's a small little sort of service dock. You know, it's clearly not meant to like receive visitors massively.
Do we see any sign of where these kids that we have to hunt down have gotten here through?
Find. We have to find the kids, sir.
From the river, no, you don't see any sign of them.
Well, maybe they didn't stop here? We don't see a boat or anything?
Perhaps check in with, what's his name?
Muldoon.
Muldoon.
Ah. Hey, Muldoon, are you still alive?
I'm going to take that as a no.
His radio must be dead. So
Something over there must be dead.
I don't know where the kids went. I don't think they stopped here if we don't really see a boat.
Perhaps we should search for clues.
Why would they want to stop here?
Yeah, maybe they went upriver more to the road.
Was not that the way they came from?
Maybe.
If we're supposed to catch a helicopter, can we travel along the coast?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much this boat can do in the open ocean.
Jim, you would know that's really not an option. You would know that the
Not
two
really.
harbors are really at the only parts of this island where there is an easy approach. Pretty much everywhere else along the island is a huge shit show.
Not really.
Lots of cliffs and strong surf.
And reefs,
Reefs.
sandbars.
Yeah.
I would not recommend it.
Those reefs are going to stay there forever.
Unless the oceans acidify.
That'll never happen, sir.
Could only be in the next century or two. It's not something we need to worry about in the 90s.
No.
Maybe like 2190.
At a minimum.
Yeah.
So we should.
So
Fucking T-Rex.
they're not here.
But the helipad is where we want to be if we need to get out of here.
Yeah, but then we're just kind of ditching the kids. We're going to ditch hunting the kids.
I don't know who these
We
kids
haven't
are.
found them so far, so obviously they have made it to where we want to go.
I think we should leave.
Okay. We turn around and go back south along this river then?
All right. As you guys turn south in the boat, a juvenile T-Rex comes bursting out of the undergrowth near you.
Good thing we're in the river.
I may not be a dinosaur expert like some of you, but I do not believe they can swim.
Seb, can they swim?
We never really tested it, but they do seem like they're.
I hope we are continuing to move and not just...
We are currently, I don't know, Jim's the pilot.
Jim, I hope we are going.
We are going.
As you guys are having this debate, and you're taking, you see the juvenile way down into the water, and almost Ronald, you've being a game warden for so many years, looks a lot like a crocodile when he gets far enough into the water. You see his head, and you see a little bit of his back, and then you see his tail, and seems like he swims pretty good.
We should go away from her.
Is she keeping pace? She chasing us?
She's definitely keeping pace with your current.
Maybe shoot her.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Shoot!
That was last week. That's why all these assholes are here. I assume I have to pull one of these assholes out.
I don't know. What are you doing? Are you
I'm
shooting
going to fucking shoot the T-Rex in the water. Drown that bitch.
All right. Make a poll and let me know if there's anything on it.
Death.
Did you load the rifle?
I reloaded before. To shoot air.
Gaining on you. Right behind the boat.
I think it's about to be all
jostling around in the water.
Over for Ronald.
Ooh, that turn.
Yeah, this is not good.
Oh boy. It did have blue mark on it though.
All right, everyone close your eyes. And everybody who's not Ronald, grab a block. All right, open your eyes. Tell me if there's a mark anywhere on your blocks.
Blue. Clean.
It is clean.
Jeff, I believe you've drawn a blue.
I did draw blue to lose.
Took me with him.
No. In this particular instance, so Jim, you as the T-Rex lunges at the boat, and Ronald fires and misses wildly. Your seamanship almost as good as his driving. The T-Rex's jaws close inches from where Ronald's awkwardly hanging over the side of the boat trying to shoot it. But he's alive.
Oh,
but he feels like he got away with one. I saved him. Feels like maybe his time's almost done. So Seb and Jeb, you guys each, to reset this tower here, you each pull 3 alternating. Well, pull 2 alternating. Then Jim will join in. Jeb 1.
It's like a normal tower again.
It's so small.
Seb 1.
Yeah, let's make this thing a real piece of shit first thing.
Yeah.
Jeb 2. Seb 2. Jim, get your number 1 in there. Jeb number 3.
I'll save that one for later.
I mean, that was the one I was going to take next.
All right. Seb and Jeb both got their 3, so you 2 are done.
Mm-hmm.
Jim, before you draw your second, Ronald, draw another one. Now, Jim, you take your second.
I like how you made the entire thing except for 2 blocks move.
All right. Ronald, your second.
Gotta make sure I gotta make sure it's not one that I can't take.
Jim, your third, and then Ronald, your third.
Done.
All right. So we're set back up. Ronald, you are shaken. That T-Rex's jaws closed just right alongside your face. You missed wild. You've got 3 shots left.
Yep.
Seb, you still have all of yours in your pistol. Jim, you still have your little stick, and Jeb, you have your little stick as well.
I'm driving.
This T-Rex is still right on all of you guys' shit. Jim, I'm going to need you to pull 2 to keep away from this thing.
Because I'm driving.
Yep. Seb, Jeb, what are you guys doing in this moment? So Ronald shot at it, missed, almost fell out of that, almost got snapped. Jim is waving all over this river trying to avoid this thing.
I'll definitely try to take a shot at it with the little hand dart.
Okay. Seb, go ahead and make a poll.
2 successes here. I know how to drive a boat.
Let me know if there's anything on it. Yep, Jim is, for being like a dock master and not an actual, like, captain of a boat, he's pretty good on a little raft.
Spend enough time on the water, you learn these things.
Okay.
Spend a small stint on an oil derrick, actually.
Your dart
back
hits.
in the summer of '84, in fact.
Your dart hits. You can see it very clearly stick. When it does, the T-Rex kind of like stops. It does it. It holds off of chasing you for a second, kind of rears back, snaps towards the shoulder where you hit it. Shakes around for a second, and then refocuses and starts swimming after the boat again. Jim, you're coming up to the branch in the river. Are you heading back inland towards the cruise port where you guys got onto the boat, or are you going to take your chances heading towards the docks and the open seas?
I think we should head for the dock. Objections?
You're driving.
Right,
This is in the moment decision.
To port it is.
To port again. So you keep going straight down the river. Go ahead and make another poll. Keep me posted if there's anything on the...
It has
there
blue
is a
on
mark
it.
on that
Yep,
one.
there's
All right, it's a
blue
blue
on it.
mark. All right, you guys, amazingly enough, continue to kind of evade this thing. And seems like Seb's little shot, the trank in that wasn't enough to put down even a juvenile T-Rex, but it was enough that it kind of slowed it down. And when it kind of tried to dig at the dart in its shoulder, it lost enough distance on you that it kind of decided it wasn't worth the effort. And so it turns away. You make it down the river and you kind of come out the water. As you get towards the mouth of that river is getting real choppy. The storm itself is kind of past, but there's still a lot of waves and stuff battering the shore. You're right there by the docks, kind of in the lee of it. You have a brief second to maybe see what everybody else wants to do. Whether they want to risk trying to go around along the shore and find a path directly up the cliffside, like not like climbing the cliffs, like
Right.
maybe
I
you're
have climbed
hoping.
enough things.
But whether they want to go along the shoreline and try and take the more direct route, or whether they want to get off at the docks and get back on the road.
I do not ask. I head for the dock. We take the road.
All right. You guys pull up to the dock. You get out of the boat. There is, thankfully, amazingly enough, still a Jeep down at the docks. There's a couple branches on it. You got to kind of clear it off. Takes a second. It is now becoming early morning, and you vaguely off in the distance hear the sounds like maybe a helicopter's coming inbound.
Hurry. There's a helicopter inbound. We must make it to the helipad.
Well, let's go.
Sounds fine to me.
So you hop on the Jeep.
No objections here.
Who's driving?
Me?
One of the two good drivers.
So Jim, as you're about to jump in the Jeep there at the driver's side door,
I mean, Ronald.
Ronald.
Yes.
As you're about to jump in the Jeep there, you maybe think that you don't have keys for this Jeep.
Oh, shit. Do we have keys? Do I have keys? No, I don't have keys. We need to find keys?
I'm sure they're stored around here somewhere.
You're the dock expert, keymaster.
Yeah, we keep them in the dock house.
Well,
As he says this, struggling to think of words, it's been a long day. He's very tired. He gestures vaguely toward a small building,
dog shaped?
not a dog-shaped building.
Okay. You were just gesturing towards that. So
Oh, geez. But there's a small little like office building. It's got a sign that says Dock Master right there by the Jeep.
well, let's smash in that door and get those keys.
Let's.
All right.
Let's do it.
You smash through the door.
Doesn't
Just-
matter if it was locked or unlocked.
Yeah.
Didn't even try.
You said smash.
I think it
So you
was
smash.
unlocked, but okay.
As you smash into the room there, you see a bunch of small, like about a foot tall, little green dinosaurs scurry off of desks and out of the area.
I attempt to jab one with my stick.
Make a poll. and let me know if there's anything on it.
Well,
When you do.
then I'm not going to pick that one.
Is that a compy?
Compy's cephalosaurus
Affectionately known as compys.
almost killed a small child.
Did kill a grown-ass man. I would assume later.
Maybe also he was in space as a Russian.
Whoa.
I just needed to rotate it to see if there was anything on there.
Nothing on there?
Nothing on it.
You stun one, and it definitely just died. Like
I
this
used-
isn't a
boy.
big dinosaur. Like that with that shock. That's meant for like a larger than like a big bull. Like that's meant for a big dinosaur. And it killed this tiny little thing.
I pick it up, throw it over my shoulder, and say, "This might come in handy."
She is in heaven now.
Now that they're not moving, Jeb, you get a good look and realize that it's not, in fact, a compy. This is a small Stegosaurus.
That is far from where we are.
Not that far.
Across the river.
With multiple bridges.
Just saying.
Dinosaurs love bridges.
And the river's not like rapids. Things can swim across it when the
These
fences are
very
down.
small. Anyway, I got me a dinosaur now. It might come in handy.
All right.
Let's go.
You guys root around. You find the keys. They're in a little locker just inside the door that's marked Jeep keys. And you jump back out in the Jeep and you take off. Ronald, you need to make 2 bowls.
Not a problem.
Faster.
Same thing. Let me know what, if any, marks are on them.
Sucks.
Yes. Yes.
Is there anything on it?
There is nothing on it for the
Okay.
first poll, right?
What in tarnation?
Keep your eye on the road.
It's like this thing's in the middle of an earthquake.
There's definitely a lot of stacked bullshit in it.
Made it. Best driver there is. This side of New Jersey.
Jesus Christ. I don't even know what to do with this anymore. You guys have been amazing.
Thank you.
We all survive.
We
All
are
right.
very good at Jenga.
You jump in the Jeep, you tear off down the road. It's muddy and slick, but you've proven time and time again that you're an excellent goddamn driver from New Jersey.
Ex-rally driver, sir.
I did not know that was a part of your backstory, but sure, why not?
It is now.
So you cruise up this little small road up onto the main road, loop down, cross the river, take a shortcut across back onto that smaller loop, and you are well on your way towards the, or actually, no, you don't have to do hardly any of that. You take the side road down along the coast, straight to the helicopter pad,
Gorgeous coastline.
where you pull up right as the helicopter's landing. You see other people starting to arrive in their Jeeps. There's Muldoon looking very, very rough. Like he just had a rough, tough go of it with some velociraptors. You see this guy in most of a black suit, black pants, black shirt that's open. His chest is exposed very sensually. But one of his legs is ripped nearly to shreds.
To shreds, you say.
To shreds. A somewhat handsome dude and an attractive woman, both kind of rugged and well tanned, arrive. 2 obnoxious kids. Like you just get the sight of them is just like, fuck, they're obnoxious.
I just want to hunt him so bad.
Yep. But you don't really get a chance to. And yeah, a couple other people. Just enough to really fill out this helicopter. It's got it's like a big corporate chopper. It's got room for 10 people, but it's like packed. There's like 12 people on it. And it takes off. And you guys all, against all fucking odds, you make it off the island. Ronald, a few weeks later, you awake at a cold sweat with a sharp pain in your left arm. And before you can reach for the phone, you're overtaken by a heart attack as you have flashbacks to your nights on the island.
Some PTSD, stress-related.
Heart attack. Days later from your tower collapse. But all of you make it off the island. Not a single one of you fulfilled any of your side goals.
I definitely took a dinosaur at the end there. Smuggled that off the island.
Oh, you're right. You did get one dinosaur. That's right. So Jim, you got later on. Somebody reached out to you. A Dodson. We got Dodson here, and
Excellent.
he paid you handsomely for the carcass of that dinosaur. Unfortunately for him, it was far degraded, and he didn't have anybody who could properly interpret the DNA chains at that time. Seb,
we were able to pull some from Amber.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Seb,
Dodson's men ain't as good as yours, apparently.
you hope that Felipe lived out a happy feline life on the island. Years later, you go back with a group of people to set up a new park. And while you're helping to set up that park, a world park, some might call it, you see a cat off in the distance.
Super feral.
In the trees. Very, very wild.
Genetically modified to be 12 stories tall.
and you feel warm and fuzzy, and
It has a necklace of dinosaur skulls.
Oh,
God.
It has opposable thumbs.
It hunts the velociraptors.
Yeah.
Jeb, you later go on to found a dinosaur advocacy group that is key in getting people back to the island to save the dinosaurs before a volcano erupts and kills them all off.
Dinocano.
It's ultimately disappointing.
Fuck. How the fuck do you... So we're not playing with Jenga. We're playing with Blockade in the future so I can actually kill you guys.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes you just roll 20s.
Yeah. I think it worked. Like I felt this one overall a lot more. It got more precarious. You guys,
Oh, it was
you guys
super
felt more
precarious.
tense.
Yeah.
No,
Than you did with Blockade. Like Blockade got so wobbly so quick.
Yeah.
yeah.
And deaths happened unexpectedly when I didn't even want them to.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, aside from Jeff's death,
The silent killer.
which just
Kills hundreds of thousands a year.
no. I felt that one. The way things were going, you deserve to live out the island adventure.
You survived a dinosaur disaster, but died to a heart attack.
Yes.
So that wraps it up. That's Jurassic Dread.
Wow.
Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it playing.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have a lot of work to do to learn how to actually GM a Dread game. It's in some ways way more open-ended, but in some ways I need to railroad more, and I don't know how to balance that, but I'm learning.
We took
I enjoyed
Nedry's
it.
Jeep, right?
Bob made a nice map of everything we did.
Yeah. We'll definitely be taking a picture of that.
Post
Yeah.
that in
Oh,
the show notes.
I folded it.
I posted a couple pictures on Twitter of some of the stressful polls that people were making and amazingly surviving.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why Ronald had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if somebody, I'm curious if somebody wants to, count them up. I'd be curious to see how many polls each person made. I didn't think to keep track. I'll do that in future Dreads. I'll keep a little tally of how often I make everybody poll. But I feel like Ronald, you polled.
Oh, yeah.
lot.
All that
all the
driving.
driving.
Yeah.
That's why I was in the passenger seat.
Yeah, I was just ready to get wrecked when.
Yeah.
So, right on. Well, thanks everybody for listening. If you want to get a hold of us, you can do so through all of our various contact means and methods. You can email us.
Emails at milehighgameguys.com.
All 5 of us here have Twitter. I don't know if we all 5 want to share. I tweet under @MHGameGuys.
I am Zach_MHGG.
I am Jeff_MHGG.
I am Pathetic Lifeform.
I am at Lord_Motku, MOTKU.
And we have our Mile High Game Guys Facebook, Instagram, both / Mile High Game Guys.
Rude.
We have our guild number 2731, where there will be a post up about this episode. So if you want to chime in on how you thought it went and who you were rooting for or rooting against, or how you thought it went, whatever, let us know and we'll talk about it next week. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Until then, I've been your host, Adrian.
I am still Zach.
And I'm hunting small children, Jeff.
And thanks for joining us, Bob and Wes.
My pleasure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Bye.
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 Punchboard Media,
where we all
bring something
to the table.
Pull up a chair
at punchboardmedia.com.